Hello, students. Welcome to Easy Elimu Learning Simplified. I am your teacher, Mr. Stanley Ombogo. So, dear students, in this session, allow me take you through some of the thematic concerns or issues that are raised in Ivory Bangles. That is the story Ivory Bangles by Eric Ngamayo. So, remember, in the previous video, we looked at the plot analysis, or rather the synopsis of Ivory Bangles. So we came across a number of characters. Uh, that is, we came across the old man, the old man's wife, the old man's son, the chief. We had scouts and all that. So in this wonderful session, I'd like us to look at some of the message that Eric Ngamayo, if my pronunciation is okay, tries to convey in his literary work, that is Ivory Bangles. So let's start by looking at the major issues that arise from the episodes. So one of the major issues that we have, or the main thematic concerns that we can talk about in this story, dear students, we have the theme of traditions. So under traditions, there are a number of again key issues that we are going to look at under the theme of traditions. So one of them being that is belief in the seer, or we can talk about superstitious belief. Then there is also ritual beating, that is molesting of wife. We also have that is polygamy, believe in polygamy. And I think those are the major issues that we have under the that is the thematic concern of traditions. So maybe just to begin with the first one, to talk about the first, that is believe in the seer. So remember, all the issues that I've mentioned are all under the that is the theme of traditions. Let me just mention them or list them one more time. That is belief in the seer, superstitious belief, ritual beating, also molestation of a wife, and polygamy, or belief in polygamy. So there are also other thematic concerns that we are also going to talk about. But first of all, please let us look at those that we have under traditions. So under belief in the seer, we are told that the old man visits the seer, considered a priest of the people. So remember this, after he notices some, blood specks and in the goat's liver. So he goes to the seer because of his superstitious nature. He had to consult the seer since he had noted blood specks on the liver of a goat that he had slaughtered. So that explains, that is the belief, the issue of belief in the seer, and also superstitious belief. That is by the fact that the old man noticed some blood specks on the liver of a goat. He thought that maybe there is something bad that is associated with that. So we also have, that is ritual beating or molesting of a wife. So when the old man visits the seer, the pebbles disclose that the spirits were jealous of a happy wife. So a woman unmolested by the husband until old age, that is what the spirits were claiming, that a woman isn't supposed to be in a happy marriage. Uh, she has to be, beaten ritually. She has to be beaten that is for the courtship or the marriage or the matrimony to be a success. So it is noticeable for a wife to enjoy a comfortable life with her husband. I mean, it is not acceptable. It is not acceptable for a wife to enjoy a comfortable life with her husband in this community. So the husband is thus expected to molest the wife to ensure that she does not enjoy happiness. Failure to do so would lead to a disastrous outcome, as the pebbles foretell the wife's death. The pebbles demand that the old man give his wife a thorough beating, that is, ritual beating, and then send her back to her parents. Although the man tries to seek an alternative way to appease the spirits, like offering several goats, the pebbles insist that he must give a wife thorough beating and send her to her parents after the beating. So the tradition of a wife beating or molestation is further seen through the old man's son. Unlike his father, the son had embraced the culture of wife battering, something that bothers his mother moments before her death. She is weeding the weed-infested grove when she remembers they had weeded the same patch only 3 weeks before, together with her daughter-in-law by the name Ivory. She reminisces how her son had beaten Ivory to a fingernail's distance to her grave. This shows the violent nature of her son and how traditional he was since he embraced wife beating or wife molestation. So the next thematic concept that we have in this story, Ivory Bangles, dear students, is naming of children. So the naming of children is seen as an essential practice. We learn that the 24 ivory bangles that the wife wears were gifted to her when their only son was given a name. So that was the naming ceremony. So the value of child naming is also seen because the old man's grandson is named after him. The writer refers to the young boy as her husband. So there is also the issue of polygamy and its effects. So the tradition of polygamy and its value comes out during the moments shared by the old man and his wife. After serving him his evening meal, the wife patronizes the old man by calling him the son of a chief. The writer explains the position held by the old man, that is the chief's counselor. So this position makes him a respected man. It, however, raises some debate as people talk much about him since he is monogamous. So remember that this is a society that embraces polygamy. So this scene where the writer says he still was the chief's counselor, much respected, but also much talked about because he had only one wife. So his monogamous status was a concern for the aging chief, who told him to get another wife. This shows that the old man's society values the tradition of polygamy, and one who does not engage in it is considered a failure, just like the old man or the chief's counselor. So there is also another thematic concern that is evident in the story, that is love. So in this theme, the moments shared between the old man and his wife point to their love. The kind of reception the old man receives when he gets home shows how much the wife loves and cares for him. His wife came and strapped uh, his leather sandals and led him behind the house to the linn. So bathed him and rubbed him with sharp-smelling unguent. So her loving care is further seen when she asks him to have his meal first before they can talk about what the husband had had that day. So again, under this thematic concern, how the husband addresses the wife also shows that he loves her. Despite her old age, the husband calls her girl, a form of endearment. So he also appreciates the meal she has cooked for him. You cook, woman, he thanked, stretching himself and yawning. So that is just an illustration that is picked from the passage. That is why it is quoted. So their love is also seen from the intimacy they share. Once the wife joins the old man where he lay, the old man tries to talk her about the demands of the seer, but she ignites his pulse, leading to an intimate moment. He unsprung slowly. When it came, it was like an intricate tattoo on a drum, coming unexpectedly and stopping suddenly, leaving the air quiet and pure. So again, the 24 ivory bangles that the old man gifted his wife on the day of naming their son also show how much he loved her. Specifically, the 8 bangles she wore on either hand were etched with mnemonic marks for a long love poem. So there is also the issue of a human-wildlife conflict. So remember that the old man's wife is finally killed by an elephant, but that is a bull elephant. So earlier on, the old man had also killed an elephant so that he was able to get the ivory that he could use to make the 24 ivory bangles that he gifted the wife. So about human-wildlife conflict, the flashback of the naming ceremony of the old man's wife as she moved the 24 ivory bangles she wore clanked like many castanets. Elephants had to be killed to obtain the ivory used to make the bangles. The truthfulness of this observation is seen when the chief also noted how attractive the old man's wife looked in the many ivory bangles she wore. The old man proudly explains to the chief that he made the bangles himself from the ivory he got when he shot an elephant using a poisoned arrow. Towards the end of the story, people in the marketplace talk about the herd of elephants approaching the plains. They fear the destruction that the herd will cause. They hope that those who know how to use poisoned arrows will save the situation. The ultimate sign of the conflict is the death of the old man's wife, who a wounded bull elephant kills. So, in an ironic turn of events, the old man's wife, whose husband had killed an elephant and used its ivory to make bangles for the wife as a sign of love, ends up killed by a wounded elephant. So, after bashing on trees and banana plants, the wounded bull elephant put her on the ground and repeatedly stamped on her. So they found her thus in a shallow grave, a mass of flesh and blood, and shattered ivory bangles. The love is shattered by the same creatures whose ivory were used to make symbols of love. So there is also this issue of failure to heed to advice and its consequences. So the seer's advice to the old man who consulted him is that the pebbles demanded a ritual beating of his wife to avert the death of the wife, that is, wife molestation. So the old man was hesitant and offers to give some goats, but the pebbles insist on the beating and send her off to her parents after beating. Instead of heeding, that is to the seer's advice, the old man and his wife develop a scheme on how to cheat the pebbles. The wife proposes putting up a show by pretending to have been beaten. Their failure to follow the demands of the pebbles results in what the seer had foretold, that is, the death of the wife, who the wounded bull elephant kills as she is weeding. Although the wife's death is closely linked to the seer's warning, it can also be seen to be due to the wife's recklessness and failure to heed to the warnings of the scouts. The wife heard the scouts' warning when they noted the elephants were approaching. As she slowly made her way home, she heard the cries. They came from the scouts, who were perched on trees observing elephants and warning people of the beast's movement. So beware, people of Mtorobo's homestead. The 5 she-elephants are now in your banana grove. The bull is on the path coming from the stream. So those are the exact words that we have in the passage. That is when the scouts were trying to sound a warning to people to be safe and also beware of the elephants. So the wife chooses to weed at the grove instead of heeding. That is the warning, heeding to the warning and staying home, and that is what leads to her death. So thanks for watching, dear students, and always keep it easy, Limo. Until next time.